Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Trinity Baptist College, the home of the TBC Eagles. And those very Eagles are about to take the court in the second semifinal of the men's 2018 Bible College National Invitational Tournament. Eagles are taking on Johnson University of Florida. Hello everybody once again. I'm Ray Bureau and Dean Bureau working the camera for us here tonight. Men's basketball NCCAA South Region matchup throughout the regular season and the playoffs between the Suns and the Eagles. The teams split their season series. The home team won each time. Trinity won by 2 points on this court. Chandler Rivers hit a buzzer beater to give the Eagles that victory. And on February 17th, Johnson University won down in Kissimmee 100-85. Eagles trying to return the favor tonight as the winner will play for the title game of this Bible College NIT. They will take on the Mustangs from Mid-Atlantic University. If you missed that game, you missed the very best basketball that we've seen on this court in this tournament. Mid-Atlantic won that game 70-64 in overtime. That 6-point margin, that was the biggest lead either team had. Mid-Atlantic rather had a 7-point lead just before that final buzzer. But that was a back and forth game the entire first and second half. And then the Mustangs pulled away in overtime. Trinity College led by 1 point at halftime. These two teams played yesterday as well. Trinity Baptist College defeated Appalachian Bible College 95-52. And Johnson University of Florida won their game 95-39. Now this is the 9th game I've done in 2 days. Well, forgive me if I get a little bit tongue-tied. Trinity Baptist beat Word of Life 96-52, and Johnson defeated Appalachian 95-39. Eagles put up their season high 96 points on the board last night. They were led by Caleb Botts with 17 points. 13 different Eagles scored. Anthony Severian had 13 points all by himself. Markel Perry with 12 to help lead the Eagles. In that Johnson game against Appalachian, Jameek Smith and Garrett Jones both with 20 points on the board. Phil Greer and Jan Carlos Roman had 11 each. 4 other Suns put up 6 points, and Oscar Juzanson had 7. We've had some exciting basketball already today. The women's consolation game saw Trinity Baptist College defeat Appalachian 67-46. So senior Megan Gooden was able to leave the court with a victory, and she sank the last official shot that she will ever take in a college basketball game. It was her only basket, but we were very glad to see Megan Gooden get those final 2 points. After this one, Trinity College of Florida and Mid-Atlantic will play for the women's title of the 2018 Bible College WNIT. Again, this is game number 9 of the tournament, number 4 today. We're going to turn it over to our man on the mic. He'll bring us prayer, national anthem, and starting lineup, and then our opening tip-off between the Suns and the Eagles.
Finals matchup between Johnson University of Florida, and our very own Trinity Baptist Eagles. Yes. Tonight's winner will go on tomorrow to face Mid-Atlantic Christian University for the finals. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for a word of prayer and our national anthem. Dear Heavenly Father God, we thank you. We thank you for tonight and the opportunity to play a game and glorify your name. God, we ask that no injuries occur tonight and that we have a clean, fun game of basketball. And it's in your name we pray. Amen. And last but not least, we have our Trinity Baptist College Number 3, we have Markel Perry. Number 5, we have Morgan Gibson. Number 11, we have Marquis Johnson.
The crowd is loud as the Suns come from Central Florida down in Kissimmee, brought a good crowd with them, and of course the home team, Trinity Baptist College Eagles, number of fans in attendance as well. I'm Ray Bureau, Dean Bureau's our cameraman. Great to have you with us throughout this season and this Bible College NIT. Game number 9 getting ready to begin. There you see on the court, John Baker for Johnson University. He's a Jacksonville product. He's going to jump up against Chandler Rivers, who is from Indian Trail, North Carolina. The winner plays Mid-Atlantic tomorrow at 3. The loser will play Trinity College in a consolation game at 1 p.m. The opening tip-off is out of bounds. It's Trinity basketball. Again, 13 different Eagles scored points in last night's ball game. Chandler Rivers, he had 6. Bowman at the top of the arc finds Markel Perry. Now Dixon underneath, turnaround jumper, no good. Pulled in by Jameek Smith. They also call him Jay. Head coach of the Suns, Mr. Craig Wilsman, and of the Eagles, Mr. John D. Jones. Marquise Smith finds Duzanson. Duzanson underneath, dishes it off, and Smith for 3 off the rim. This is the 5th game that the Suns have played in this gymnasium during this season. 1 against the Eagles, 1 last night against Appalachian. There's Baker taking it to the hole, and the basket is good. Of course, tonight's ball game, they also played in the Eagles Classic against Bob Jones University and the University of the Bahamas. So we've seen the Suns plenty this season, and we're going to see them once again tomorrow as well. Dixon to the hole, no good. Bowman with the rebound, loses control, and a traveling violation. John Baker scored for the Suns, the only basket so far. The ball game just underway. We started late due to that overtime thriller between Mid-Atlantic and Trinity College. Last time these two teams hooked up, Johnson won it by 15, 100-85. Baker off the glass, no good. Chandler Rivers brings it up for Trinity Baptist. Marquise Duncanson's 3-point effort, no good. Bowman's second chance does not go. Trinity's had some opportunities in the first couple of minutes. So far have not put anything through the net, and now we have a foul. Looks like Markel Perry called for the foul. That's his first.
Number 3 with the foul.
Team foul number 1. At the line, shooting 2, Jameek Smith. First free throw goes through Jameek Smith. Very good free throw shooter, 80%, 55 out of 69 before hitting that one we just saw. Number 2 spins around and drops through. First 4 points go to the Suns. Eagles had a terrific game last night, all around, 96 points, a season high. Of course, the Suns put 95 on the board as well. Duncanson near the TC logo, 8 seconds to shoot, pass inside, stolen away by the Suns. John Baker, Kendall Oliver, work it up court, and Markel Perry knocks it out of bounds. Suns inbound, 24 seconds on the shot clock. 17:41 left in the first half. And in case you just joined us, we started late. Oliver, long range 3. It's good. 7-0 Johnson University. Rivers across the timeline, guarded by Smith. Rivers now with control. Steps inside, the layup is good. Eagles are on the board. Chandler Rivers, first scorer of the night. He's the Eagles' leading scorer. Duncanson with the steal. Bowman picks it up, gets it back to Duncanson. 1 man to beat. John Baker knocks it away. Oliver near midcourt, grabs possession. He was across the line, reached 1 foot back, and that's going to give it back to the Eagles. Oliver disagrees with the call, but it's Eagles basketball. 7-2, Johnson off to a quick start. Baker has scored. Jameek Smith 2 free throws. Kendall Oliver a 3. Chandler Rivers a layup just a moment ago. Johnson scored the first 7. Chandler Rivers, jump shot, misses. Smith picks up the bound off the floor. Long pass, too far out of reach of Marquise Smith. He's going to give it over to the Eagles. Smith is all right, good recognition. The stage area very close to the out of bounds line.
Come on, Eagles!
Eagles bring it up court. That's Duncanson to the hole for the layup. Marquise Duncanson. He scored 12 last night. That's his first of this evening. Ethan Payne ready to check in for Coach Jones. Ball's out of bounds. And we have a foul called. Andrew Bowman called for the foul. It's his first, team foul number 2. Johnson will inbound. Long pass, Kendall Oliver back at the logo. Finds Smith outside to Baker. Suns work the ball very well around the perimeter. This team can score a lot of points. Smith, pull up, jump shot, in and out. Dixon with the rebound. That 100 is their season high that they scored against Trinity back on February 17th. Markel Perry for 3, a little too strong and off the rim. This is Josh Grover. He got the rebound, brings it up court, now slows things down, lets his team get settled. Grover, Baker, Duzanson, and both Smiths on the court for the Suns. Ethan Payne in now for Coach Jones. Smith to Duzanson, spin move, jump shot, it's good. Oscar Duzanson had 7 last night. That's his first score tonight. Bounce pass to Ethan Payne. Outside, Duncanson thought about the three. Instead, steps inside the arc. 2-point shot, no good. Grover gets up court very quickly. He has a lot of speed. Smith from the line, off the front of the rim. Guzanson tried to find a teammate, but Marcus Dixon with the interception. Now Duncanson to the hole. The layup spins around and comes out. Payne rebounds, second chance, no good, but a foul. Foul called on John Baker. That'll send Ethan Payne to the line for 2. Payne at 53% from the line. 9 points in last night's ball game. Hit the only free throw he took. First of 2, off the front of the rim. JaKale Walker in. Michael Levy in for Johnson. Markel Perry and Oscar Guzanson will have a seat. Payne missed his first. It's 9-4 Johnson, pending free throw number 2 from Ethan Payne. He's a freshman. He stands at 6'9". He's from Bedford, Virginia. Number 2 bounces in. Payne on the board, a 4-point deficit now for the Eagles. 14-32 and a whistle. New man ready to check in at the scorer's table. He's being called in. That's Marquise Smith, and Jameek Smith will head off. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Stop and play was just to make sure the clocks were correct. 14:20 left in the half. Oliver, 2-point shot, but traveling call before he can get the shot off. 14-16 left in the half. Eagles trail 9-5. Still very early. Eagles and Suns playing to see who goes to the title game tomorrow afternoon. They will play Mid-Atlantic Christian. The loser has a consolation game with Trinity College of Florida. Alley-oop attempt to Rivers. Baker got in the way and deflected the ball. No points for the Eagles. Oliver finds Grover in the corner. Grover pulls it back, looks for a good opportunity. 14 now on the shot clock. Oliver is rejected by Dixon, out of bounds. Suns keep possession, but they have just 11 seconds on the shot clock. Phil LeGrier makes his way onto the court. Inbound pass goes right to LeGrier. He's a very good three-point shooter, and he banks this one in off the glass. Long range, he used the glass, got the 3 points, and now the Suns lead by 7. Rivers to the hole, no good. Payne's second chance, there's the basket for Ethan Payne. 5-point Suns lead. LeGrier just outside the arc. Passes inside to Levy. Couple of pump fakes, back to LeGrier. Inside the arc, 2-point shot is good. Phil LeGrier has hit his first 2 shots, one of them a 3. 14-7 in favor of the Suns. Dixon near the corner. Duncanson loses control, knocked away by LeGrier, and he picks up the ball off the floor. Worked over to the right side. Levy near the bench, 16 to shoot. Inside, 2-point shot. It misses. And we're going to have a whistle. This one's going against the Suns. Offensive foul called on Phil LeGrier. Now we have a whistle delaying the inbound. Zach Norris now on the court for Trinity Baptist. Norris, Duncanson, Walker, Perry, and Payne for Coach Jones. Grover, Levy, LeGrier, Marquise Smith, and DeZanson for Coach Wilsman of the Suns. Mikhail Walker, reach-in foul called on Michael Levy. That is team foul number 3 on Johnson. Eagles inbound, trailing by 7. Duncanson to the hole, off the glass, no good. Payne, second chance. And the big man at 6'9", Ethan Payne, has cleaned up 2 missed layups, converted them into points. Norris with the rebound, but he travels. And now looks like he's going to be all right. It looked for a moment like he had a little ankle twist, but everything's okay. LeGrier inside the paint, underhand layup, no good. Perry pulls it in. 14-9 in favor of Johnson University. Eagles with a chance to cut that lead down just a little bit. Payne finds Duncanson, 3-point shot, a little too strong. Levy grabs the ball near the sideline. Finds DeZanson to the hole, no good. Payne with the rebound. Duncanson to Perry, layup is good. Eagles have missed a few layups here in the first half, but Perry puts it in and cuts the deficit down to 3. However, Marquise Smith with the answer to make it a 5-point lead once again. Marquise Smith, 6 points yesterday versus Appalachian. He averages 7.6 points per game. Perry backs it up near midcourt. 10 seconds to shoot. Shot clock now down to 6. Perry takes it inside, finds Norris for 3. It is good. Zach Norris, 2 points last night. He's already surpassed that. And now the Eagles are within 2. Coming up on the midway point of the first half, Johnson 16, Trinity 14. Phil LeGrier in the paint. Layup, no good, knocked out of bounds. It is Eagles basketball, looks like. That is the call. 3 Suns coming on. Jameek Smith, Kendall Oliver, and John Baker. 2-point game. We just passed the midway point of the first half. 9:55 left on the clock. Markel Perry on the left side is knocked down, and that's a blocking foul called on Smith. He disagrees, but that's his first personal foul. Duncanson will inbound for the Eagles, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Duncanson, pull-up jumper, it's good. Second basket for Duncanson, it ties the score at 16. Eagles are down 14-7. They were behind 7-0 earlier in the half. They have now tied it up at 16. Marquise Smith, guarded by Walker in the corner, finds Baker, 3-point shot, and a beautiful shot from John Baker. Now a 3-point lead for Johnson. Perry inside, jump shot, misses, Baker rebounds. Here comes Jameek Smith. Zanson stepped inside. He thought about the 3. Instead, he found Marquise Smith. This one off the rim, out of bounds. Eagles ball. Andrew Bowman and Marcus Dixon in. Ethan Payne. Looks like Zach Norris will be the second man off, and that is correct. 8:54 left in the half. 19-16, Johnson leads. This is game number 4 today, number 9 overall in this NIT tournament. Women's title game will follow Trinity College of Florida against Mid-Atlantic Christian. All 3 games tomorrow are in the men's bracket. And we're going to have a foul. We'll see which player gets the call. It is going to be an offensive foul called on Marcus Dixon. That is his first. We have 3 team fouls. The scoreboard says 1. We'll check everything with Clayton McDaniel and Juliana Calise when we reach halftime. They are the official scorekeepers. They've done a terrific job this entire tournament. 8 to shoot. Walker pull up, no good. Marquise Smith pulls it in. 1 on 3 for Smith. Walker draws a foul. He thought he got all ball, but there was some body contact, and that's a foul on Walker. His first. Team foul number 4. Marquise Smith will shoot 2. 77% on the season is Marquise Smith, 43 for 56. Number 1 gives his team a 4-point lead. Jakari Randolph on the court for the first time tonight. He had a terrific game last night, scored only 2 points, but was instrumental in offensive possessions, making good passes, made some good defensive plays as well. Smith with free throw number 2, it's good as well. He hits them both, and the Suns lead by 5, 21-16. Johnson has scored the last 5 points. Rivers across the timeline, guarded by Smith. Finds Perry in the corner. Perry to Dixon, pull-up jumper, no good. Bowman rebounds. Rivers to Perry. Runs the baseline and is rejected by DeZanson. A blocked shot, but it goes out of bounds. Eagles keep possession with 24 on the shot clock. Markel Perry will inbound for the Eagles. A lone senior on the roster. Eagles fans know all about Markel. And a 5-second violation. Perry unable to get the ball inbounds in time. Johnson now with an opportunity to extend a current 5-point lead, and now officials are going to make sure the shot clock is reset. Shot clock has had a few malfunctions during this tournament. It's now reset to 30 seconds. 7:39 left in the half. Johnson with a 5-point lead. Oliver backs it out to DeZanson. Good pass inside, but unable to be controlled by Jameek Smith. That'll turn it over and give the Eagles a chance to cut it down to 3 or maybe 2. These are the final games of the season for both the Suns and the Eagles tonight and tomorrow afternoon as the college basketball season comes to an end. Of course, NCAA Top 25 still going on. The big dance not far away. Randolph, turnaround jumper off the rim. We get a chance, we'll let you know what's going on in Top 25 action tonight. 2 games already in the book. DeZanson outside to Baker, tipped by Perry. Tracked down Kendall Oliver. It was tipped, so it's okay to pick it up in the backcourt. Baker outside. Marquise Smith thought about a 3. A pump fake back into Baker. Turnaround jumper. What a shot by John Baker. He now has 7. He went high in the sky for the 2 points. 7-point lead for Johnson, the 3rd time they've had that margin so far tonight. They've scored the last 7 after the Eagles tied it at 16. Perry traveling called, and Johnson with another chance to extend the lead. Duncanson and Norris in for Coach Jones. Andrew Bowman and Randolph will head off. Josh Grover back on the court for Johnson, and Marquise Smith will take a break. Nope, he's heading back on. It's Kendall Oliver who's called off. 6:14 left until halftime. Johnson leads 23-16. Second men's semifinal of this Bible College NIT. Jameek Smith guarded by Rivers. Outside to Baker. He's had a good shot so far tonight. Misses that one. Dixon pulls it in. Dixon a Jacksonville product, so is Baker. Dixon outside to Norris. Stolen away by Smith. Smith to the hole, and the layup is good. And now Johnson leads by 9, and a timeout for Coach Jones. 25-16 in favor of the Suns. 5:39 left to play in the first half. Two final scores in top 25 action. Michigan State, the top team in the country, defeated Wisconsin 63-60. Number 5 Michigan over number 4 Nebraska 77-58. In action is Penn State, the number 7 team. They're leading Ohio State by 3. That game very early, not even at the midway point of the first half. A little later on, Rhode Island, number 17 at Davidson. Number 14, Rutgers at number 3, Purdue. We'll pause here and come back in just a moment on TBC Eagles on YouTube. Players return to the court. Trinity Baptist will inbound. Suns have scored the last 9 points. We had a tie at 16. It's now 25-16 in favor of Johnson. Duncanson to the left side. Norris at the top of the key. Perry finds Rivers. Shot clock at 13. Good zone defense by Johnson. Rivers now with 5 left. Pulls back. Jump shot is good. It is a 2-point shot for Chandler Rivers. He had 1 foot in front of the arc, 1 behind. And now we're going to have a turnover back to Trinity Baptist. 7-point deficit now for the Eagles. Very good crowd on hand. Of course, we have teams from 7 different schools here in this Bible College NIT. The Lady Tigers from Trinity College are on the stage getting ready to play. They're going to play for the title against Mid-Atlantic Christian. Dixon outside the Rivers, 3-point shot off the rim. To the corner and out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns. Nope, it is Suns ball. The point was toward the Eagles' direction. And the call reversed. 4:53 left in the half. 25-18, Johnson leads. Clock now down to 4:43. Shot clock at 17. Jameek Smith finds Grover. Takes it around to the left side. Bounce pass into Baker, just outside the paint. Nice deke move on Norris, but the layup does not go. John Baker, one of the number of seniors on the Suns roster. Jump shot from Duncanson is good. That's 6 points for Marquise and a 5-point deficit now for the Eagles. Trailed by 9. Not long ago, they scored 4 in a row. Norris knocked it away, but Baker picked it up, found Smith in the corner. Now the Suns back it up. Shot clock at 11. Guzanson outside to Grover. 3-point shot, in and out. Dixon with the rebound. That one spun around and came out. Tough break for Grover and the Suns. Rivers to the hole, he'll draw the foul. That's John Baker with number 2. Two free throws for Chandler Rivers. He is the Eagles' leading scorer, also pretty good at the line. Averages 12.3 per game. He's at 57%. It's come on a little stronger of late. 5-point deficit pending these free throws from Chandler Rivers. One of many freshmen for the Eagles, giving a very nice looking near future to Coach John D. Jones. Only one senior, Markel Perry. Tomorrow will be his final college game. Ethan Payne in, Zach Norris off. Megan Gooding of the Lady Eagles finished her college career today with a victory over Appalachian Bible College. That was a women's consolation game. Rivers hits them both. Eagles now pulled it within 3. They scored the last 6 points after Johnson scored 9 straight to break a 16-16 tie. Jameek Smith is stripped by Payne. Here's Markel Perry, man to each side. He finds Duncanson. Now the Eagles trail by 1. Duncanson with 8. 3:18 left on the clock, 25-24 in favor of the Suns. Payne knocks it away, but it's out of bounds. 17 on the shot clock. Johnson inbounds right by Trinity Baptist's bench. Now we're going to have a substitution. Josh Grover out, Phil LeGrier in, and he will throw the ball in.
Defense on him.
Bounce pass inside to Levy. Smith takes the pass, off the glass and in. Jameek Smith now with 6. All stolen away. LeGrier in the corner, trapped by 2 Eagles defenders. Oliver for 3, off the rim. Duncanson right there to pull it down. Perry on the move. Takes it himself and scores the basket. 1-point game. Johnson leads 27-26. Oliver very quickly back up the court. Eagles could now take the lead. Bounce pass to Duncanson. Layup is good. Duncanson in double digits and a timeout for Coach Craig Wilsman. Trinity Baptist 28. Johnson University 27 with 2:20 left in the half. We will pause here and come back in just a minute. 30-second timeout. Trinity Baptist has come back from down 9. They now lead by 1. 2:20 left in the half. Johnson has possession.
Come on, Eagles! Defense, man! Press that ball! Press that ball!
Marquise Duncanson just gave the Eagles a lead. He has 10 points in the first half. Outside to LeGrier, 3-point shot, one of his specialties. It's good. Suns now back up by 2. That's a second three for Phil LeGrier, and he can hit from a very long range. Dixon trapped by 2 Suns defenders. 5-second count is on. He finds Rivers outside the arc. Rivers steps in, passes it to Caleb Botts. Pull-up jumper, rather Duncanson, no good. Ethan Payne will go to the line for 2. Foul called on Marquise Smith, his first, team foul number 6. Payne hit 1 out of 2 earlier in the half. If he hits them both, he'll tie the score at 30. We have a $1:35 left in the first half. Eagles now in the 1-and-1 bonus. That's foul number 7 just put up on the board. First of 2 is good. Again, it's a 1-point lead for Johnson University. Payne could tie the score with number 2. 4 Eagles back on the defensive side. Number 2 bounces around and drops in. We're tied at 30. 7 points for Ethan Payne. 1:30 left in the half. Levy hits the basket to put his team back in front. Nice shot by Michael Levy. Duncanson in the corner outside to Perry. Dixon to Payne underneath. The basket is good for Ethan Payne. 9 points, and now we're tied once again. So Payne ties the score at 30 with free throws, then at 32 with a layup. Marquise Smith, his three-pointer does not go. Under a minute, 50 seconds left in the first half. Tied at 32. Had an exciting game before this one. Looks like we're going to have another exciting finish. Payne again off the glass. 6'9" freshman Ethan Payne has scored the last 6 points for the Eagles. Smith, a beautiful move and a reverse underhand layup. He now has 6. We're tied at 34. Rivers with the layup. Teams trading baskets as we wind down the first half. Smith will draw the foul. The basket is good. Ethan Payne called for his first. 14 seconds left. Jameek Smith at the line. He is 2 for 2 so far tonight. He got the basket, so this is a chance for a 3-point play. At the moment, we are tied at 36, pending Jameek Smith's free throw. He's a terrific free throw shooter. 80%, as we told you before, and that is good. So now a 1-point lead, 9 points for Smith. And we're going to have a foul called. Looks like Kendall Oliver, again, will check everything over with the official scorers at the half. 1-and-1 coming for Chandler Rivers. That is team foul number 8. Rivers could tie the score and then give the Eagles a lead if he hits 2. Again, 4 Eagles back on D, and the first free throw does tie the score at 37. Now a chance for the Eagles to take the lead. 13.4 seconds on the clock. Perry steps up close. Still not in the lane, however. This one bounces off. Still tied with 10 seconds left as the Suns bring it up court. Oliver to the hole outside. And we're going to have a foul against the Suns. Looks like Kendall Oliver was called for the foul. Trinity Baptist has 5 seconds to get off the shot to try to take the lead as we go into halftime. We are tied at 37. Short pass inbounds. Rivers, long 3 at the buzzer, no good. That brings us to halftime with the score Trinity Baptist 37, Johnson University 37. A 15-minute break. We'll be back in 12 to give you all the numbers in the first half. Stay with us on TBC Eagles on YouTube. The first men's semifinal went overtime, and this one is right on pace. As you see on that scoreboard, we are tied at 37 with 3 minutes left in the halftime intermission. I'm Ray Bureau. Dean Bureau is our cameraman for Trinity Baptist College Athletics. Very glad to have you joining us here on TBC Eagles on YouTube. Earlier tonight, that overtime game between Trinity College of Florida and Mid-Atlantic Christian went to the Mustangs from Mid-Atlantic 70-64. The Mustangs will play the winner of this game in the title game for the Bible College NIT National Championship. That game at 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. The loser will play in the consolation game against Trinity College of Florida at 1. And the 5th place game starts at 11 a.m. between Dayspring Bible College and Word of Life Bible Institute. Ethan Payne is the leading scorer on the court. He has 11 for the Eagles. Marquise Duncanson with 10. Chandler Rivers 9. Markel Perry 4. And Zach Norris 3. 4 team fouls for the Eagles in the first half. 1 each from Perry, Marcus Dixon, Payne, and Ja'Kale Walker. For the Suns, the leading scorer is Jameek Smith with 9. Phil LeGrier has 8, 2 long three-point shots. John Baker has 7. Marquise Smith with 6. Josh Grover and Michael Levy each have a field goal for the Suns. 2 fouls on John Baker, 1 each from Mark Levy, Jameek Smith, Phil LeGrier, and Marquise Smith. Kendall Oliver also has 2. Trinity Baptist is leading in rebounds, 18-11. Marcus Dixon has pulled down 6 of them, all on the defensive side of the court. And for the Suns, Jameek Smith leads with 3. That's our first half recap, and second half getting ready to start. Less than a minute left in overtime. There you see the Eagles on the court. And across to the other side, Johnson University finishing up the Suns' halftime warm-up. And the second half will resume before long. In the NBA tonight, a big schedule. Charlotte at Philadelphia. Detroit at Orlando. Those ball games now underway. Golden State and Atlanta in just a few more minutes. Toronto at Washington, later on Dallas and Chicago, Indiana and Milwaukee, Denver at Memphis. Those last few games all start at 8 Eastern time. Later on tonight, Oklahoma City and Phoenix at 9. Out west, Minnesota's at Utah, and the Knicks will visit the Clippers. Halftime coming to an end. You'll hear the buzzer right now. And the second half just about ready to begin. It will be Johnson's ball. Eagles won the tip. Don't remember any jump ball possession arrows, but now Trinity Baptist in the home grays will be going from right to left. Johnson in the road Navy Blues going from left to right. Marquise Smith ready to inbound. He has scored 6 points for the Suns. Second half underway. We're tied at 37 as we begin the final 20 minutes. Smith to the hole. First shot, no good. Batted around, pulled down by Baker. And his pass is stolen by Chandler Rivers. He's on the move, 1-on-3 to the hole. The layup, no good. Payne did not get the shot off before the whistle. We'll see what the call is. It's going to be a foul called on Ethan Payne. That is his second and team foul number 1 of the second half. Second half just underway, tied at 37. That was our halftime score. Smith guarded by Rivers, now near midcourt, works around to the right side, loses the ball and tries to get into the paint. Perry bounce pass to Duncanson, the layup is good and the Eagles have the lead. Even dozen now for Marquise Duncanson, 39-37, Trinity Baptist leads. Remember the Eagles came back from down 9, 25-16. They eventually took the lead and went into halftime with a 37-all tie. Duzanson, pull-up jumper, gets the bounce off the back of the rim and in the bucket. That's his second basket for Duzanson. Tied at 39. 3 different times the Suns had at least a 7-point lead. They got it as high as 9, as we told you about a moment ago. Payne takes the pass from Rivers. He's on the right side. It's Payne, Rivers, Dixon, Duncanson, and Perry for the Eagles. Shot clock at 2. Duncanson. He shot it with 2 seconds left on the shot clock, and now the Eagles lead by 3. Jameek Smith, Duzanson, Kendall Oliver, Marquise Smith, and John Baker on the court for the Suns. We have a whistle on the sideline. It might be Marquise Duncanson with the foul, and that is the call. That's his first and team foul number 2.
You're doing it right there. You don't foul.
Under 2 minutes have ticked off the clock. Second half, Eagles got a 3-pointer from Duncanson on the other end of the court. They lead by 3. Oliver to try to tie it, no good. Perry grabs it in the corner and knocked out of bounds. It is Eagles ball. Marquise Smith with the defensive play, but the Eagles have possession, 28 on the shot clock. Duncanson directing traffic up court. Took his time getting across the midcourt stripe. Now Perry with 16 on the shot clock. Rivers takes it inside to Payne. And a foul. That might be Duzanson. That is a correct call. Oscar Duzanson with his first. That is team foul number 1. Ethan Payne is 3 for 4 from the line tonight. He's a game-high scorer so far with 11, a chance to extend a 3-point lead for the Eagles. First of 2 is good. Payne out of Bedford, Virginia, stands at 6'9". 12 points now, pending free throw number 2. This one bounces around and comes out. He hit his first. He's hit 4 out of 6 so far tonight. Oliver all the way down court in a hurry, and the reverse layup is good. It's now a 2-point lead for Trinity Baptist College. Duncanson gets past Smith, pulls it up, backs it up near midcourt. Now Rivers near the bench, hits Perry, jump shot, no good, too strong. Rebound by Duzanson. 2-point deficit for the Suns. They could tie it. Baker stays inside. Block shot from Dixon. I thought I heard a whistle, but it was actually a sneaker squeak against the floor. Payne now, traveling violation before he got the shot off. So the shot does not count. Payne laughing it off, having a little fun with Marquise Smith. These two teams have met twice before. Trinity with a lot of freshmen, but their veterans gotten to know the Suns players pretty well over the past couple of years. Dixon swats it away. Markel Perry picks it up. Eagles could extend a 2-point lead. Fans very excited on both sides. That's why you see the screen shaking as Rivers hits the layup. 45-41, Eagles lead. 16-13 left in regulation. Smith with the jump shot cuts that deficit in half. 8 points now for Marquise Smith. Just past the 16-minute mark, plenty of basketball left. 2-point Eagles lead. Taking their time, 13 to shoot. Duncanson hits Perry, now takes it inside, pull back, jump shot, bounces around and falls through. 6 points for Markel Perry and a 4-point lead for the Eagles. Rivers will be called for reaching in. That is his first. It's team foul number 3. Johnson will inbound on the side. Phil LeGrier for Johnson. Andrew Bowman for Trinity. Ethan Payne and Andrew Zanson both head off to the sidelines. And now here comes Ja'Kale Walker on the court for Markel Perry. Walker, freshman from Jacksonville, on the court. Been a while since we've seen him, but he's very solid. Both sides of the court. This time a foul called offensive on Kendall Oliver. That is his third. Called for the elbow. A big break for the Eagles. Trinity Baptist works it to the left. Ja'Kale Walker outside the arc, hits Duncanson at the top. Bowman takes the pass, turnaround jumper off the rim. Baker with the rebound, but Bowman gets inside and is called for the foul. That's number 1 on Bowman. He's also from Jacksonville. He stands at 6'6". One of many freshmen on Coach Jones's roster.
Defense now, put that press on him. Put that press on him. Get that ball.
Baker at midcourt.
Get that ball.
Another Jacksonville product.
Get that ball. Get that ball.
With Kendall Oliver and Josh Grover. And a foul underneath. We'll see which Eagle gets the call. It is Andrew Bowman, and that's number 2 on the big man. John Baker, a big man himself, 6'5". He's now at the line for the first time tonight. 73% free throw shooting is John Baker, 43 out of 45. First one a little bit too strong. Baker averages 7 points per game. Bowman will check out. Zach Norris on the court now for Trinity. Norris, a big man himself, 6'7", from Raleigh, North Carolina. Free throw number 2 is good for John Baker. He now has 8, and the Eagles' lead is 3. Rivers now across the line. 14:46 and counting left in the second half. Norris to Duncanson on the right side. Shot clock now at 10. Duncanson back out to Norris, who wasn't ready, and the ball passes the timeline. Baker throws it back court. That's a violation. That's a break for the Eagles. They get possession back, leading by 3. Walker will inbound for the Eagles, fresh 30 seconds. Rivers hanging back, looking for open teammates. Eagles work it to the left. Zach Norris inside to Dixon. Now Norris thought about the 3. Instead, he pulls up, just past the line, shot no good. LeGrier on the move, 1-on-2. Norris kept position, but moved right before LeGrier got off the shot, so that's a foul on Zach Norris. That's his first, and Phil LeGrier at the line for 2. I do not see Phil LeGrier's name listed on the Sun's stat page on NCCAA. I do know this young man can shoot the ball. First of 2 is good. LeGrier did not score in yesterday's game against Appalachian, but he has already hit 2 3-pointers, a deuce, and now a free throw tonight, totaling 9 points. Number 2 from LeGrier pulls the Suns to within 1. 10 now for Phil LeGrier, 47-46, Trinity leads. Just past 14 minutes left in the half. This one's out of bounds, knocked out by Grover. 24 seconds on the shot clock. Dixon will inbound. Another Jacksonville native. He's a junior for Coach Jones. 1 more year left to go. Perry from Savannah. He's tripped up from behind. That's Kendall Oliver picking up his 4th, if I have that correct. 1 point Eagles lead, and they will inbound. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Marquise Smith will take over for Kendall Oliver. Michael Levy back in. Jameek Smith will head off. Eagles leading by 1. Walker, that's Anthony Severin, number 22. Perry pulls up, jump shot, misses everything. Severin is rejected by Baker. Suns could reclaim the lead. Traveling violation called against Levy. That's a turnover back to the Eagles. Listen to the crowd, Eagles fans in attendance, cheering on their friends on the court. You see members, we said this a lot, members of all the Trinity Baptist College teams will attend each other's ball games. Players, even though they play different sports, all very good friends here at Trinity Baptist College. Of course, I like the opportunities to get to know the guys myself. See them in the hallways quite a bit. I'm a teacher at Trinity Christian Academy. We share the facilities. This one off the rim from Duncanson. Out of bounds. Eagles keep possession. Ball hit the rim, so a fresh 30 seconds. My son Dean, our cameraman, he's a senior at Trinity Christian. This young man turns 18 this coming Sunday. And now we're going to have a blocking foul. Walker to the line. Marquise Smith, that's his 2nd. Ja'Kale Walker has not shot a free throw yet tonight.
You did it. You did it.
Steps up to the line at 59% on the season. Walker last night, 1 out of 5 from the line, 5 total points against Word of Life. This first one, a little bit too short. Severin off in favor of Jakari Randolph. Eagles still with a 1 point lead, 47-46, 13-10 left in the second half. Number 2 from Walker is good. That's his first point of the night, and it gives the Eagles a 2 point lead. Baker with the nice screen, allowing Grover to get to the left side. Smith for 3 off the rim. Dixon pulls in the rebound. Eagles could extend a current 2 point lead. Walker outside the arc finds Perry. Bounce pass into Dixon, turn around, rejection by Baker. Tough to get it over. John Baker at 6'5". Levy, fans wanted a traveling call, but he hits Grover, and Grover ties the score. 4 points for Josh Grover, 48-48, 12-22 and counting. Already had one overtime game tonight. That was the first men's semifinal. Could this one put up extra 5 minutes as well? We shall see in about 12 minutes of game time. Duncanson off the rim. Walker comes from behind and knocks it out of bounds. It's Suns ball with a chance to reclaim the lead. Ethan Payne in for Trinity and Jameek Smith for the Suns. Tied at 48, 12 minutes, 1 second left on the clock. Grover in the paint. Jump shot does not go. Rolls around the rim into the hands of Duncanson. Now Perry called for the travel. Eagles fans in disbelief. John Baker reached in, but Perry moved his feet first. Now Coach Jones wants a timeout. Full 60-second timeout for Coach Jones and the Eagles. If I have it correct, Eagles have 2 fulls and 2 30s left. Johnson has all their fulls and a 30. 11:41 left in regulation, tied at 48. We'll be back in just a moment. $11:41 left in regulation. There you see we're tied at 48. Johnson will inbound following the traveling call against Markel Perry. Eagles have committed 16 fouls. Johnson 4. Next one by the Eagles will put Johnson in the bonus. So essentially already in the bonus. And now Johnson with a chance to take the lead. Grover loses control, regains possession, takes it inside, gets the layup off the glass. Suns now lead by 2. 6 points for Josh Grover. Rivers hits Walker, and up the glass, and we're tied once again. That's the first field goal for Walker, 3 total, and the foul. Basket does not go. Looks like it might be Ethan Payne. Nope, that is Chandler Rivers getting called for the foul. That's number 7. It's 2 free throws for Smith. Does put the Suns in the 1-1 for the rest of the half. Unless the Eagles do get to 10 fouls, then it will be the double bonus, and Smith hits the first. 10 points now for Smith. Fantastic free throw shooter at the line, just gave his team a 1-point lead.
Don't give him nothing. Don't give him nothing.
Number 2 from Smith, also good. Smith hits them both. Trinity now trails 52-50. Haven't quite reached the midway point yet. 1 minute to go until we do. Randolph at midcourt finds Perry to the left. Perry guarded by LeGrier. Eagles work it back to the right. Shot clock now at 7. Rivers for 3. It is in and out and rebounded by LeGrier. LeGrier takes it all the way and draws a foul. Ja'Kale Walker with his second, and Phil LeGrier at the line. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Big free throws coming up for Phil LeGrier. First one is good. Now we're going to have a substitution. Dixon and Duncanson back in. Randolph and Payne will head off. LeGrier hit his first. He's 3 for 3. Number 2 this time. Bounces away. 3-point lead for Johnson. Grover with the steal. Finds Smith. Shot does not go, but that's going to be Marquise Duncanson called for his second. Jameek Smith at the line. He's at all 5 attempts so far tonight, and we'll have a timeout first. 10:25 left on the clock. Eagles trail by 3. Jameek Smith has hit all 5 attempts so far tonight. He's at the line for 2. Suns lead by 3, 53 to 50. 10:25 left on the clock. That's the first miss for Jameek Smith. Haven't been a whole lot of free throws in this game. Both teams are doing pretty well at the line. Number 2 from Smith rolls around and drops through. 12 points for Jameek Smith and a 4-point lead for Johnson University. Lots of time left, 10-20 and counting. This one gets away from Rivers. That's going to be a backcourt violation. Suns with another chance. They already lead by 4. Suns ready to inbound. Bounce pass to Smith. He backs it up to Jameek. Greer inside to Baker, who brings it back out. Grover now for 3, off the rim. Smith rebounds, turnaround jumper, no good. Walker and Smith battling for the ball, and now Walker will be called for the elbow foul. And that's going to go against Walker. That'll be his 3rd. Team foul number 9, so 1-1 coming up for Johnson. No, that's an offensive foul, so no free throws. Smith did have possession, so an offensive foul. Eagles fans do not like the call, but it will stand. Baker takes the inbound pass. Suns working to the left. LeGrier can shoot. Steps inside, loses the ball. Eagles on the move. Duncanson takes the pass all the way to the hole, and the layup is good. Duncanson now with 17 and a whistle at the other end. It looks like Dixon will get the call. That's number 2 on Dixon. Phil LeGrier at the line. He's hit 3 out of 4. 11 points currently for LeGrier. First free throw, a little too strong. Eagles now with 10 team fouls, so Johnson in a double bonus the rest of the game. That would include overtime if we have it. Terry Bird for Trinity. Jameek Smith back in for Johnson. 2-point lead for the Suns, pending free throw number 2 from LeGrier, and it is a little short, but it got the bounce and fell in. So now the lead is 3. 12 points for Phil LeGrier, 55-52, Johnson leads. Clock says 9:19. Shot clock now at 10. Duncanson inside the arc, gets it out to Bird. 3-point shot, a little too strong. Into the hands of LeGrier. Bird trying to tie the score, just a little bit off the mark. Baker gets it outside to Grover. Grover keeps his feet in bounds. Jameek Smith to the left. LeGrier steps in. Loose ball on the floor. Perry wins the battle. Here's Chandler Rivers with the dunk. That pulls the Eagles to the 13 for Chandler Rivers. A 1-point lead for Johnson and a whistle before the shot. On the floor, that's Terry Bird with his first.
Come on, baby, you got foul the defense. Pressure.
2 free throws coming for Johnson. Josh Grover steps to the line. He has not shot a free throw yet tonight.
Let's beat him to it, baby. Let's beat him to it.
On the season, he's at 70%. 93 for 132, and the first one rolls around and drops in. 2-point lead for Johnson, 56-54. Substitution, Kendall Oliver for Phil LeGrier. Oscar DeZanson now at the table as well. He's told to wait. Second free throw is good, and the lead is back up to 3. Grover now with 8 points, and we have a timeout. 8:31 left in regulation. Johnson 57, Trinity Baptist 54. Full and 2:30s left for Coach Jones, all fulls, and a 30 remaining for Johnson University. Eagles ball after 2 successful free throws from Josh Grover. 3-point lead for Johnson University, 57-54. About 8.5 minutes left in regulation. Dixon will inbound for Trinity Baptist. Eagles bring it up court. Past the timeline, Duncanson finds Rivers. Shot clock down to 17. Bounce pass to Perry, knocked away, grabbed by Dixon off the glass, no good. Loose ball is grabbed by Dzanson, he's down. And now the Eagles with the whistle as Rivers picks up the ball. Foul called on Josh Grover, that's his first. Dzanson went down, Baker helped him up, everybody looks to be okay. Eagles looking for a chance to pull to within 1 or maybe tie the score. Terry Bird finds Duncanson, spin move, backs it up behind the arc. Now Dixon on the left side. Bird to the hole, layup, no good, contact, no call. Here's Grover going 1-on-2 and a foul will be called. No, a jump ball, and the Eagles have possession. Markel Perry and Marcus Dixon team up, get hands on the ball and claim possession. Johnson with the next arrow. Dixon to Rivers. Short jumper, a foul, and the basket. Basket is good. Rivers to the line for a 3-point play. Foul called on John Baker. That's his third. It's team foul number 6. Rivers got the basket, could tie the score with this free throw. It is up and a little short and pulled in by Kendall Oliver. Now remember, Oliver has 4 fouls. Needs to be careful, especially on the defense. He's a hot shooter though for Coach Craig Wilsman. Grover, offensive foul, turnover to the Eagles.
It's not football! It's basketball, not football!
7 minutes, 2 seconds left. Eagles trail by 1, a chance to reclaim the lead. Second half has been seesaw. Johnson's had the lead most of the time. Trinity has taken control at times. Biggest lead of the second half has been 5 for Johnson. Led by as many as 9 at a couple points in the first half.
Come on, come on, come on!
Duncanson for 3, it is good! Duncanson now has 20. That's his second three. Both of them in the second half. Eagles lead by 2. 6:30 left in regulation. And we've already had an overtime game in the first men's semifinal. Phil LeGrier going side to side before the shot. Chandler Rivers called for his third personal foul. Phil LeGrier at the line. Eagles fans do not like the call, but that is number 3 on Rivers. LeGrier's hit 4 out of 6. First one a little short. Ethan Payne in for Rivers. Eagles lead by 2, pending free throw number 2 from Phil LeGrier. Number 2, good. So 13 for LeGrier and a 1-point Eagles lead. .6:12 and counting. Knocked out of bounds by Smith. Eagles have 18 seconds on the shot clock. Shot clock now down to 12. Duncanson near midcourt, trying to get around Smith. Dixon with 5 to shoot, jumper, no good. Marquise Smith pulls it in, and now Johnson can take the lead. Fans are saying both walk and an elbow from Kendall Oliver, and neither one called, and now the steal by Duncanson. Off the back of LeGrier, he keeps it in bounds. Perry with the steal. Duncanson from behind, underhand layup. No basket, but a foul. Oscar Duzanson, his second. That's going to send Duncanson to the line. Marquise has not shot a free throw yet tonight. But on the season, he is 68%, 51 for 75 coming into this tournament. First one is good, a big free throw that puts Trinity up by 2.
Get the ball, number 15.
Chandler Rivers back at the table. Told to wait. Got there just a moment ago. Second free throw, no good. Eagles playing back on defense, leading by 2. 5.5 left on the clock.
Take that ball.
Oliver, he has 4 fouls. He's with possession. Pulls back, shoots the 3, and it's good. Kendall Oliver's second 3 of the night. He now has 8. 1-point lead for the Suns. 61-60 coming up on the 5-minute mark, and we hit it right now. 15 to shoot. Duncanson finds Dixon. Pass inside to Payne on the floor. Layup, no good. Second chance from Dixon draws the foul. Marquise Smith. That's his third. Marcus Dixon at the line. Huge free throws coming up for the junior. Dixon about 38% from the line. Much better second half of the season. First of 2, a little too strong. Chandler Rivers back on the court. Dixon getting ready for free throw number 2. Eagles are in the front court, but not at the lane. Phil LeGrier back for the Suns. Number 2 from Dixon off the front of the rim. And now, this has been a lane violation, and now Coach Wilsman asking why an extra free throw. The official says lane violation on Kendall Oliver.
It's free, baby, it's free. Take your time, baby. Take your time.
So Dixon with another chance to tie the score. No good, he misses all three. Perry gets the rebound off the floor. Eagles could still claim the lead, trailing by one, 4:40 left on the clock. Duncanson with the ball. Duncanson finds Perry, three-point shot, looks good, but it's out of bounds. From this angle, it looked good. It had the correct distance, but off to the right. Suns now with a 1-point lead, could extend. Oliver behind the arc. Inside and throws it out of bounds. Now Trinity and then another opportunity to take the lead. Trailing by one, 4:12 left on the clock. Rivers, the Eagles leading scorer with possession. Eagles working around to Duncanson, back to Perry. To the hole, layup, no good, tap in, no, third chance, no. Three opportunities for the Eagles, they come up empty.
Defense! Defense! Defense without pressure!
Suns now at 3:46, 1-point lead. Smith to LeGreer. Now we have a timeout for Coach Craig Wilsman. He calls it with 8 seconds left on the shot clock. 30-second timeout. 3:35 left to play. We'll be back in just a moment on TBC Eagles. Suns have 8 seconds to inbound and get off the shot. Trinity with 3 timeouts remaining. Johnson with all the fulls left in the docket. 61-60, 3:35 left to play. Josh Grover had to go back to the table and check in. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Smith will inbound. He finds Oliver near midcourt. Shot clock at 4. Ball knocked away. Shot does not get off in time. That's a turnover. No basket. Shot clock violation. Grover wanted a foul call and he didn't get it. Long inbound pass to Dixon. Eagles have taken the lead. Eagles recognizing the Suns still arguing that call. They took advantage and got the basket, and now the steal of that inbound pass. Here comes Dixon. It's good. Dixon with 2 layups in the last few seconds, and now the Eagles lead by 3. Just like we did in the first game of this men's semifinal, we can let the crowd let you know what's going on. Probably hear them a lot better than you can hear me right now anyway. Baker, basket is good. It's again a 1-point game. 10 points now for John Baker. Walker, jumper, off the rim. And now Johnson can reclaim the lead. 2:31 left on the clock. Grover, pull up, jumper is good. Suns respond to Dixon's 2 baskets a moment ago. Here's Rivers, off the glass, no. Perry, yes. Back and forth in the last couple of minutes. Trinity now leads by 1. Oliver outside to Smith. Now Jameek Smith backs it up near midcourt. Smith gets around Walker in the lane. No contact, no foul called on the contact. Here's Duncanson across the line. Eagles lead by 1:40 left, shot clock at 20. Timeout called by Marquise Duncanson. Good use of the timeout by Coach Jones and the Eagles. 1:37 left to go. Those of you tuning in now to see the women's NIT championship game between Trinity College of Florida and Mid-Atlantic Christian, that game is going to start late as this one still has 1:37 left, possibly an overtime period. That is the title game of the women's Bible College NIT. So pull up a chair, enjoy the rest of this one. It's been just as exciting as the first men's semifinal, which did go into overtime. Both games seesaw affairs. Within the last couple of minutes, the teams have traded the leads multiple times. Trinity Baptist inbounds with a 1-point lead and $1:37 left to play in regulation. Inbound to the backcourt. Duncanson will bring it back across the line. And now a whistle. Fouls called against the Suns. Not a foul. It's something that forced them to inbound again. Rivers, jump shot, no good. Here comes Grover. One-on-one, off the rim. Duncanson pulls it in. 1:12 left to go. Eagles lead by 1. Dixon at the midcourt stripe. Finds Duncanson. He is rejected by Jameek Smith. Ball on the ground, jump ball. It is Johnson's possession. Now Trinity Baptist with the arrow after this inbound. 1 minute, 1 second left to go in regulation. Trinity 66, Johnson 65. Under a minute now. Clock at 53, shot clock 22. Smith guarded by Walker. Oliver at the top, trying to get around Rivers, loses the ball. Ball still loose, River picks it up, finds Walker underneath, big shot, it's good. Johnson gets back down court in a hurry. From Kendall Oliver. And a foul at the end of the court. That's going against the Suns. Looks like John Baker. No, it is Kendall Oliver. Kendall Oliver just picked up his 5th foul. And Marquise Duncanson will have 2 free throws as the Eagles are now in the double bonus. No, the official first pointed at Kendall Oliver. It is Josh Grover with his 3rd. Duncanson, first of 2. He hits it. 22 points for Marquise Duncanson, and a 4-point lead makes it a 2-possession game. 29.5 seconds left. This one's not over. Duncanson at the line. 4 Eagles back. Number 2 does not go, and it's a 4-point lead for the Eagles. Phil LeGrier, long 3. He is money. And now a timeout. That pulls the Suns to within a point. Beautiful 3-point shot from Phil LeGrier, and that's why he's on the court right now. 22.1 seconds left, full 60-second timeout. Duncanson leads everyone with 22 points. Chandler Rivers 15, Markel Perry 8, Marcus Dixon 4, Ethan Payne 12, Ja'Kale Walker 4. Phil LeGrier leads Johnson with 16. Josh Grover 10, Kendall Oliver, Marquise Smith each with 8. Jameek Smith with 12 and John Baker 10. Right now, the important thing is the Eagles lead by 1. They will have possession with 22.9 seconds left. Again, the teams have traded leads several times in the latter portions of this second half. Trinity College Lady Tigers getting ready to take the court. They're going to have to wait just a little bit longer. Mid-Atlantic Christian also ready. Again, those of you tuning in for that women's championship game, hang on, it's coming. We are running late, but hey, it's Friday night here in Jacksonville, Florida. Can't think of a better way to spend it than watching some very exciting college basketball. Dixon just does get it in before the 5-second count. 17 seconds, big possession for the Eagles, big defensive play for Johnson, and Josh Grover will send Duncanson to the line. Duncanson 2 for 4 tonight. There are 14 seconds left, a big sequence of free throws for Marquise Duncanson. Eagles again pulling back, they're on the defensive side of the court. Duncanson's first, rolls around, and it's in. Big break for Duncanson. He got the bounce and the roll, and it's now a 2-point lead. This free throw just as big as it would force Johnson to take a 3-point shot. It is no good. Phil LeGrier, big 3-point shooter. He could win it. Ball knocked around. It's loose. Grover inside the arc. 2-point shot. No good. And a foul. Let's see which came first, the whistle or the foul. We'll see what the officials have to say. Official heading over to the table. I heard a whistle sound before the final buzzer, and we're going to see what the officials come up with. They're at the table. Hold on, everyone. If the foul occurred first, Marquise Duncanson will have 2 free throws. That is the call, so Duncanson just needs to hit 1 or 2 to make it a 3-point game. If he hits them both, that'll seal it. First one does not go. Again, the Eagles all back on defense. There is a ½ second on the clock, enough time for Johnson to possibly get off a shot. Number 2, good. That free throw was huge because Johnson, unless they're fouled with a 3, all they can do is tie it. Timeout. We'll be back in just a moment. Johnson will inbound. They trail by 3. I would expect Phil LeGrier to get the ball with a chance to sink that three-pointer. But now we have another timeout. This one called by Coach Wilsman. So hang on once again, and we'll be right back. Again, the Suns will inbound. It's 71-68, Trinity Baptist, 0.5 of a second on the clock. LeGrier's at midcourt. Kendall Oliver, 40% three-point shooter. Now Baker threw the ball to Jameek Smith behind the baseline. The buzzer sounded. Now the officials are at the table. The ball never did get inbounds. Smith was behind the baseline, out of bounds. Baker got him the ball. And we'll see what the officials will come up with. Suns are going to get another opportunity to inbound. Dixon on Baker. Long pass, it hits up on the rafters. No time went off the clock. It bounced out of bounds. The ball hit the beams at the top of the gym, bounced out of bounds. Suns are going to get a third opportunity to inbound. No, now Baker onto the court. Correct call made. Dixon will inbound for the Eagles. Norris just going to hold on to it. And that's going to do it for tonight's ball game. Final score, Trinity Baptist College 71, Johnson University 68. What a semifinal round we've had in the men's bracket. Marquise Duncanson, player of the game with 23 points. Quick totals, Rivers 15, Perry 8, Dixon 4. Duncanson 23, Payne 12, Walker 4. Don't think I missed anyone. Yep, Zach Norris had a three-pointer. For the Suns, Phil LeGrier led with 16, Marquise Smith 8, Kendall Oliver 8, Josh Grover 10, Duzanson 2, Jameek Smith 12, and John Baker 10. Michael Levy also had a basket. Again, the final score in a thriller. Trinity wins it 71-68. We're not done yet. The women's title game is coming up in about 20 minutes. We'll start a new feed on TBC.